Hello, everyone. So let's talk quickly about what we mean by run-on sentences and fragments. As you may notice, I forgot to bring a chair into this room and I don't feel like getting one. So I'm just going to lie down here and chill out like this while I teach you, if that's okay with you. So back to my subject. Run-on sentences, fragments, and complete sentences. All right, so complete sentences are really just sentences. They're correct. They're the right way. They express a complete idea. So a complete sentence expresses a complete idea. It can stand alone, meaning that in many cases it could start a conversation even, okay? A complete sentence is going to have a subject and a predicate. A subject is the person, place, thing, or concept, often noun, that does an action. And the predicate is the verb or the action and all of its objects, the things that receive the action. All right, so if I said, I love beer, I would be the subject, and love is the verb, beer is the object of the verb love. So the subject is I. Love beer is what we call the predicate. So that's a complete sentence. Okay. Now, we've talked about fragments before, so I might just touch on those very quickly right now and go more onto run-on sentences after that. So let's go back to our example there. I love beer. All right, so I love beer is a complete sentence. But even though it has that subject and predicate, it becomes incomplete if we subordinate it. Subordinating means making something weaker or lower than something else. So, for example, if this zebra here is subordinate, my subordinate, he has to listen to me and say, "Yes, sir, Paul, you are awesome and handsome," because he's subordinate to me. He can't stand alone. He is my zebra soldier, so he has to do whatever I say. He can't walk by himself. He can't do anything without my help. He's subordinate. It's the same with a subordinate clause. Sorry, zebra. Subordinate clause cannot stand alone. All right, so what is a subordinate clause going to look like? Like this. So you add a subordinating conjunction, because, when, if, since, words like that. Because I like beer. All right, well, now I like beer is not alone. Because I like beer requires an explanation, requires a complete idea. It's just a fragment. Because I like beer, I will fill an entire swimming pool with beer. I will fill a swimming pool with beer is the independent clause. That can be a complete sentence. Okay. All right, let's talk now about the one we haven't really given much attention before. Let's see if I remember where I was. I'm not going to lie to you. I paused my recording to answer a phone call. All right. So, run-on sentences. A run-on sentence is called a run-on sentence because it runs on. Sentences are supposed to stop. You stop, pause, and then express your next idea. A run-on sentence is what we have when we try to put several ideas together without correct pausing, stopping, things like that. So the most basic definition of a run-on sentence is when we have two independent clauses, ideas that can stand alone, that are put together with no coordinating conjunctions, no words like and, but, for, so, and. I already said and. All right. Or when we have I'm just going to stare at you uncomfortably until I remember what I was trying to say. Now, we have situations like, let's show you with examples. I like beer, it's delicious. Okay, I need to pause there. I like beer, period. It's delicious. Next sentence. I like beer, it's delicious. I like beer, it's delicious. Spoken that way is a run-on sentence, and written as I like beer, it's delicious, with no commas and no coordination, no conjunctions of any type, would be a run-on sentence. Okay, so the way that you fix a run-on sentence is by either punctuating. All right, so I like beer, period. It's delicious. Okay. I like beer because it's delicious. Now we have subordinated. I like beer is the complete idea. Because it's delicious is subordinate. We have what's called a complex sentence. All right. I like beer, comma, and it's delicious is a compound sentence. It's kind of a strange sentence, but it's grammatically correct. Okay, so let's share screens really quickly. Well, I'm going to share with you. You're not sharing anything with me, greedy people. All right, so let's take a look at my shared screen here. If I'm correct about what happens when I share my screen, you can see these examples. Beer is good, bourbon is better. All right, so that first one, beer is good, bourbon's better, is incorrect. It's a run-on sentence. Beer is good, independent clause, complete idea. Bourbon is better, independent clause, complete idea. All right, we don't want to write it or say it like beer is good, bourbon is better, because it sounds like beer is good bourbon, or good bourbon is better. We don't know where it starts. We don't know where it ends. Well, we know where it starts, but we don't know where the second idea begins and where the first idea ends. Beer is good, comma, bourbon is better is a run-on sentence too. The pause isn't strong enough. And this is what we call a comma splice. Splicing is trying to put things together. All right, so like if you're connecting two wires, you're splicing them. All right, a comma splice doesn't work. You're not supposed to connect two independent clauses with a comma. The only way to use a comma to put two independent phrases together is with a coordinating conjunction. One of our fanboys, for and nor, but, or, yet. So, okay. All right, so let's take a look at the bottom two examples, which are better. Beer is good, bourbon is better. Okay, that's fine. There are two complete sentences. All right, now grammatically that's good, but in some cases, our writing and speaking is clearer if we connect ideas with relationship words like conjunctions, such as the word but. So if we look at the next and final sentence, we've got a compound sentence That also fixes our previous problem of having a run on. Beer is good, but bourbon's better. That is true. My birthday is April 18th, so if you want to get me a good present, you can get me beer. But if you want to get me a better present, get me some bourbon.